Hey, you got Bad Apple and the producer extraordinaire, 40-fine.
Good evening.
Afternoon.
It depends on where you're listening. When you
Afternoon.
Listen to it. Yeah,
Open your eyes.
Afternoon.
It's evening here. It's almost 7:30. Right.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
Do you want to introduce our guest tonight, or do you want me to do it?
You do it.
Why do I want to do it?
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, she's good peeps. She's decent folk.
We have Apple's sister.
Older sister. Because she is older. She's by 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days.
Here with us on this podcast.
We're just going to call her Princess, because that's what she is. Because she's a princess. She was Mom's favorite. I was Daddy's favorite. She was Mom's favorite. Now she's regretting that, though.
Never.
Hi, Princess.
I'm not a princess.
No, you're not a princess. At least you recognize that.
Princess.
Not a princess. So, we were talking about things to talk about during the podcast. It's funny because we were talking in a former podcast about people falling and how it's funny when people fall. He doesn't find it as amusing as we do.
I don't know what's wrong with him. It's funny when people fall.
I like the banana peel, the old banana peel.
Oh, you don't need a banana.
It's not as funny when they slip out a banana peel. That's been there, done that.
Right. Well, like the weekend we were moving me, the day we moved me, and your daughter fell three times in one day.
And she's a gymnast and she's got exceptional balance. And she fell 3 times in one day.
Once she fell over nothing.
And she was sober too, right?
She fell over nothing, yes. No, she doesn't drink. She was underage. Well, she was underage. But she fell over nothing. Nothing. Like, literally. Almost fell off the sidewalk. He was like, what happened? She goes, I don't know. I fell. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Good, because that was fucking funny. Because it's funny when people fall.
It is funny when people fall.
See, she knows.
Is that your new book?
It's funny when people fall. Because it's cool like Bob Saget. It's funny when people fall. I love Bob Saget. Did you know Bob Saget has a podcast?
No, but is it about people getting hit with balls in the nuts?
No, it's not as funny as video stuff.
No.
That's
No.
like his favorite thing on videos.
No, he's cool. He's like, people that have podcasts are like totally cool, right?
I don't know.
I'm cool.
Okay.
Thanks. You're a sweetheart.
Okay. You say so.
We've done so much stupid shit in our lives. Stupid shit.
Not as stupid as it could have been.
But our stupid shit was innocent stupid shit.
We were just having fun.
Yeah, we didn't do stupid shit like do drugs, and we weren't doing that. We were doing stupid shit like we always dated the guys with the fast cars. You know? We were doing stupid shit like that.
Right.
But you weren't afraid either, because you have a classic car.
One would think I do.
Well, you do, but it's a jigsaw puzzle at this point.
It is.
But you bought that it was your car.
It was. It is.
It will always be your car.
Yes.
So if anybody's listening and she has a pretty hot 68 Camaro that she could use a sugar daddy to help put together.
I really could.
Yeah.
Need a sugar daddy. Put together my car. I just want to drive it. That's all. I just want to drive it. Doesn't have to win trophies.
No.
Just has to turn a key, get in, cruise the beach.
Put the jigsaw puzzle back together again.
Yeah. Doesn't have to look, show quality.
No, but would you want it yellow again? Because that's what color it was.
I'm thinking charcoal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so bland for you.
Hmm.
You're not a bland person.
Yeah.
Orange is your favorite color.
I do like orange, but I don't like orange Camaros.
No, orange belongs on Mopars, not Camaros.
Right.
Orange is a Mopar color.
So what I wanted to do to it back about 15 years ago was charcoal with the JDRF ghosted sneakers on it.
If anybody doesn't know, JDRF is Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund, which is huge. And if you could ever give to JDRF, give, because there has got to be a cure for juvenile diabetes somewhere down the road. Too many people suffer from it. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But I wanted them down the side of it, but like ghosted, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like obvious until
Like Ghost Flames, you
Yes.
want Ghost sneakers.
yes, the JDRF sneakers. There's
I know they're like Converse.
Yes.
I know. I want a tattoo of it. One for each my niece and one for my nephew,
right.
which would be your children,
Yes.
because your 2 children have juvenile diabetes, which when they were diagnosed at very young ages. I will never forget taking your son to the movies. The first time I took your son out after he got diagnosed with juvenile diabetes, and I was allowed to take him out of the house for the first time alone.
With
And-
a book of directions.
Yes. And I was just taking him to the movies. We went to go see Shrek. Shrek 2, actually. And we went to the Hanover Mall. And you carbed him.
People don't know what that.
No, but-
I dosed him with insulin for carbs that he was going to eat.
Right. So I had to make sure, and I was instructed to make sure he ate a certain amount of food. And I was given a bag and told to fill that bag with popcorn and make sure he eats it. Make sure he eats all his popcorn, because he had been given the insulin for that popcorn. So we were in the movies, and I kept reaching over and tapping him on the shoulder. Hey, buddy, you okay? Hey, buddy, did you eat your popcorn? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I must have done it 30, 40 times during the movie. I'll never forget coming home, and he looked right at you, and I'm never going to the movies with Auntie again. And you said, why? I couldn't even watch the movie. She bothered me the whole time. She wouldn't let me watch the movie. I don't even know what the movie was about. I didn't get to see the movie. All I got was Auntie. Did you eat your popcorn yet? Are you okay? How's your blood sugar? Boy, was I scared when your kids were diagnosed. I don't know how you did it. I really don't.
I don't
You're
know
a
how
hero.
I did it either, but you're given something and it's your children's lives, and you just do it. It's like autopilot. You just do it. You have to,
Yeah.
because no one else is going to do it for you, and you have to keep them alive. It's
Yeah.
kind of the contract you make when you give birth. Keep this kid alive.
Yeah. Well, you did a hell of a job.
I'm trying.
Because they're good kids. Anyway, we digressed.
Yes.
We're talking about the JDRF sneakers got me onto the whole diabetes thing. Because diabetes is prevalent and it's all over our family.
Right. It's been our life for 20 years.
Yeah. And our dad and our brother and my boyfriend. It's everywhere.
It is.
It's everywhere. Anyway, but Halloween, because both your kids have been diabetic for a very long time, but you never stop them from having anything.
No, because they're kids first.
And we used to go trick-or-treating, and you lived in the best area in town for trick-or-treating.
I did. A huge neighborhood.
Yeah, and we could trick-or-treat for 4 hours and not hit the same houses.
Right.
And never get tired because it was all within a 2-mile walking area.
Right.
And you made some kick-ass Halloween costumes.
Yeah, I did.
Your daughter, we literally saw her daughter walking from about a half a mile away when she was a 3-layer birthday cake with 50 glow lights on her for birthday candles. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she lit up from a mile and a half away.
And when she was a Christmas tree with the working lights.
Working lights.
Yes.
And when she was a bumblebee with the yellow stinger that glowed.
Yep, the stinger glowed
Yeah.
in the dark.
Yeah, we had some innovative costumes. Your son being Blue Man Group with his friend was funny.
That was funny. That was awesome.
He scared a lot of people. There were people that were freaked out by him because he wouldn't speak.
There was in that neighborhood that we trick-or-treated in was this house, and a young couple had bought it right before Halloween time. And I think they were having a little bit of a get-together. They didn't have much furniture in the house. The boy and his friend, dressed up as Blue Man Group, went up to look in the window of this house, and they just kind of freaked him out.
It did.
They were like, oh my God, because they were looking in the window and making the Blue Man Group movements.
Yeah, and they were doing they had a sign
head
that
tilt.
said trick or treat on one side, and on the other side said thank you. But at least they were polite, Blue
Yes.
Man Group.
Yes.
They had the thank you sign.
Right.
So it was cute. They did freak people
And
out
it freaked
because
them out. They were like, "Who's outside? What are they doing?"
they were walking down the road, like going up to people and making faces. It was.
Have you ever seen Blue Man Group?
Not in person.
No.
They're freaky.
They do kind of freak people out.
So, but Halloween has always been big in our family.
True.
We've always done big Halloweens. Like our dad would take us walking
And we had the crummy costumes, though. They had the stupid plastic
with the
masks.
plastic masks. Yeah, that you
we
couldn't
ended up
breathe.
putting on top of our head.
Yeah.
3 houses in.
They had the rubber band.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
ended up here on top of our heads.
yeah.
You can't wear this, Dad.
Yeah, but we also carried this pillowcase, and the year that I carried a pillowcase, and
You were little.
I was little, and I was tired.
You're always tired.
I was tired. Well, we would walk for miles.
He took us everywhere, yeah. It seemed like miles. It really wasn't
Our
miles.
dad was good. Like we'd stop at Dunkin', get his coffee, and then he'd just chain smoke a pack of cigarettes and walk us around town. But he would stop everywhere, and I dragged my pillowcase.
Towards the end of the night, your pillowcase was getting really heavy, and you were dragging it. We were almost home. Then I noticed all your candy was like just about gone. And we get home, and I think you probably went into the bathroom or something. And I told Dad, and then Dad split half my candy with you, so you would have candy in your bag and wouldn't realize that you lost it all.
So I never
Because-
really knew about it.
I was a good sister.
Oh, you were such a fucking sweetheart.
Hey, I always had your back. Only I could tease you.
Yeah, nobody else was allowed to
No
tease
one
me.
else
God
was allowed.
forbid.
No one else was allowed to tease you, just me.
Yeah, if anybody else teased me, they'd get their ass kicked.
Yes, by the bones of Bailey Terrace.
I know, you were like a size nothing.
Yes.
You were the little teeny tiny scrawny thing.
Yes, my kneecap was like
And
that.
she used to introduce me as, "This is my little big sister." She did. I'm like, wow, love you too. But if somebody would pick on me, and I can recall one girl picked on me, and you followed her home, and she was like the toughest girl in school because you were at a school ahead of me. You were high school. I was in junior high. And you followed her home telling her, "Turn around. I'll kick your ass. Turn around. Stop making fun of my little sister. Pick on my little sister and I'm going to kick your ass." Then you followed another girl home that made fun of me, and you stood outside her house and called her out. She did. She stood outside. "Come on, bitch. You got shit to say about my sister? Get out here." I'm not kidding you.
How about the one I took down to her freaking knees in our kitchen?
That was in our own kitchen.
Yeah. Don't freaking pick on my sister in our house.
Yeah.
Don't be begging for mercy, girl.
My sister was not letting anybody else pick on her baby sister. Just
my
her. Just her.
But that's a given. That's family.
Yeah. You tell them how you used to wake me up when I used to snore or talk in my sleep.
She would never get up. She wouldn't. She would sleep like the whole house would fall on her, and she would not wake up. Mom, Dad, they're at the bottom
You
of the
wish that
stairs.
would happen now.
I wish I could sleep now.
Mom and Dad screaming from the bottom of the stairs, "Get up!" Nope, she wouldn't get up. So she had a day bed, had 4 posts on it.
It was brass.
Her bed this way, my bed's this way. I just sat up and I grabbed the end of her bed, and then I shook it like hell. And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Get up." One day I did it, and she goes, "I already fed the gerbil." I'm like, "What? What gerbil? What?"
We didn't have a gerbil. At that point, we didn't have a
No,
gerbil.
because she probably forgot to feed it.
Probably.
That morning you fed it.
I wasn't real responsible. I was not a responsible child. I didn't like school. I didn't like much.
Nope.
No. Nope. I'd call Dad from school. "Dad, come pick me up." And he'd call and dismiss me. I'm like, "Thank you. Don't tell your mother." "No problem, I won't." I have no problems with that deal.
Nope.
But you shook the shit out of that bed so badly that all the screws had, like, literally, what do you call it? Became stripped. And they wouldn't stay in. So my bed would fall apart on me. So I'm sitting here in the falling apart bed, and Princess over here has a water bed. A water bed. and I have a day bed.
That's what you wanted.
Princess, not princess.
I had a water bed when I was a
I
kid.
loved it.
I didn't like it.
Why?
Hurt my back.
Oh my god, that thing was awesome. The heat.
That's the only thing I liked about it.
You
In
could
the
turn it
wintertime,
way down in the summer, so you
thermostat. Yeah.
She,
wasn't so fun when you were pregnant though.
no.
Couldn't
Or
get out of
drunk.
it. Oh, drunk.
Or drunk after having a child.
True.
Oh, will you go get the baby? She's crying. No, it's not my kid. Oh, come on, please. Fine.
She needs a bottle. I can't do it.
Fine. I'm going to rock her to sleep and sing to her, and guess who she'll remember? Me! Our dad was like the rescuer.
For the most part.
He had this sense of doom when something was bad was bound to happen.
To his girls.
Yeah. Not the guys.
Not the guys so much, but to the girls.
But us, man, he could smell it coming from a mile away. We marched in color guard. Well, I marched a lot longer than you did, but we were in a color guard, and we used to go to competitions all over the East Coast. And we had a competition in Pennsylvania or Elizabeth.
But our color,
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
all right, we have to specify here because our color guide wasn't one of the.
We weren't sponsored.
We weren't sponsored, and we had to raise money ourselves.
We're
for
an independent guard.
So we were like scrappy.
Right, we were scrappy.
We were
Other color guards traveled in motor coaches. You know, the big coach buses.
with big fancy equipment.
Right, equipment
carriers.
trucks and stuff like that. Yeah, not us. We had a school bus.
If that.
We would drive to Elizabeth, New Jersey for a competition in a school bus. So, our dad-
Happily, I might add, because we would
Yeah.
go, hey, we're going to New
competing
Jersey.
big shows. We're competing with the big guys. But one year, my dad had gone, and he was not going to
Oh,
the
he
show.
dropped us off at the supermarket parking lot.
Yeah.
And waited for the bus with us.
And
to arrive.
they were bound and determined they weren't going to the show that weekend. He could not get the time off of work. They were not going to the show that weekend. He's
Sending us off to New Jersey with our lives in our instructors and the boosters' hands.
Right. So, Dad's waiting with us, and this bus pulls up. And it's just clunking.
Did he say anything to Paul, to the director at that point?
Oh, yeah.
Did he mention?
Yeah,
that the
he's
bus
like,
didn't-
this doesn't look right. Oh, no, it's fine. It's perfectly safe. It's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
They wouldn't send us a bus that wasn't gonna run.
Yeah. Had full faith in this bus. So, Dad gave us a hug, wished us luck, turned around, got in the car, went to the house, picked up my mother,
Back to bed.
packed a bag, and off they went to follow our bus. He's like, there's no way I'm with my kids on that bus and not knowing if they get there. And thank God he did, because that year went ka-fucko. That was the year we broke down on the New Jersey Turnpike. On the New Jersey Turnpike.
No, what was it, about 25 kids sitting in a bus screaming
Yeah.
and yelling on the side of the road.
Yeah. And then we ended up getting picked up by another color guard
Yes,
and brought to a school gym.
possibly.
And to wait for another bus to take us on. And then we get to our hotels. And it was a rent by the hour hotel.
It was disgusting.
It was gross. It was
so gross.
And my father saw one look at these hotel rooms and he's, my daughters are not staying here. He's like, they're not staying here.
There was cockroaches in there. There was blood in the bathtub.
It was disgusting.
It was the worst place I've ever been in my life.
It was gross. It was my father's like, they're not staying here. My daughters are, none of these ladies are staying here. My father paid for all of the rooms
At the Holiday Inn.
at the Holiday Inn for our whole entire color guard because he was not letting us stay there.
It was deplorable. It really was. It was disgusting. It was dirty.
It was nasty.
They packed us all up, sent us off.
But of course, we look at Dad now like he was a hero. You know, he was my hero. He was always my hero. But
Back then, we're like, what's he doing?
Yeah, back then we were like, why is he causing trouble? Why can't he be just like the other parents and just wear the red shirt and shut up? You know?
He never wore the red shirt.
No, he wouldn't wear the red shirt. He did wear the hat. He would wear our color guard hat.
And a pin.
Right. He wore the white hat that said our color guard name. He wore that. But he would not wear the sweater that was embroidered. Nope. But he wore the baseball cap. That was
He always
it.
had a baseball cap on.
He always had a baseball cap on.
Yeah.
Always had a baseball cap on. Okay, so I don't want to talk much about Dad because I get bummed. But Dad busted me. I don't know if you remember. I was seeing a kid from Garofalo, and you're not supposed to date kids from Garofalo. You dated his brother, so I knew I was okay dating this one because you already broke the ice.
Yeah, but they didn't know I was dating him.
No, try telling Mom and Dad that you date a kid that lives in Garofalo.
Oh, no.
That was not fun.
Try telling Mom and Dad you were dating, period.
Yeah, that wasn't fun either. But try when your dad walks up and you're making
It was
out
worse.
with one of them.
It was worse telling your brothers. Because they were rotten two boys that came to the house.
Oh, see, they were gone by the time I did.
One of
no.
my boyfriends got a nice little shower of rocks from the road
I
from
remember that
a
one.
muck truck.
Yeah, Eminem. He deserved
Yeah.
it. He was a prick. Anyway,
But
that's all right. One of my boyfriends called Mom the Terminator for how many years? Literally called my mother the Terminator. For 3-4 years? That was her name. If the Terminator is going to be home, I'm not coming in. And I'm like, dude, that's my mom. That woman scares me. I'm like, why? She yelled at
So
me.
you were making out with this kid.
I was making out with him under the tree. You know the tree that was out on
I
the
do.
side?
Yeah.
You know the exact tree I'm
I
talking about?
I know the tree.
Yeah. Well, I'm making out with him. Yep. He just gave me a silver link necklace. You know the chain? Remember the chain? I don't know what they're
Herringbone?
called. Not
No.
herringbone. The one that's like links.
Okay.
But he had a silver one. He had just given it to me. We were making out underneath this tree. And all of a sudden I hear, hey! And I'm like, it wasn't for me. I don't stop. What are you doing? Get your tongue out of my daughter's throat. And I'm like, oh my God, he's talking to me.
Nice.
Dad. Hi. Who's this?
My friend.
My boyfriend. Oh, really? How long has he been your boyfriend? 9 months?
Where's your sister?
I thought your sister was watching you. That's what we used to get all the time. Isn't your sister supposed to be watching you?
You two supposed to stay together?
Yeah, well, I used to protect your ass, too. You'd be making out with somebody at the roller skating rink, and I'd be like, Dad's coming!
Protecting my ass, like telling people I was gay. So they
Oh,
weren't hitting on me.
She doesn't like people harassing her.
We were just having a conversation. All of a sudden I was gay and I didn't have the right equipment for him. Or he didn't have the right equipment for me. I'm like, what?
We're at the bar. Well, she'd already pissed me off. Because the bartender kept calling me her mom. Because she was like, I'm having another drink. I'm like, no, you're not, because we're going home. And he's like, oh, Mom said you can't have another drink. I'm like, fuck you both. I have to be responsible. I have to drag your ass home. I'm designated driver. I'm not drinking, and you're hot. So, let's hurry this along. Okay, Mom. And then she's slipping money to him without me seeing. She's like, here, take this. She's not looking. And she's doing I'm being real quiet. She's not looking.
It was loud in there, you know, the gong show was on.
Karaoke, she calls it the gong show. So this guy comes over and he's like, so how are you doing? To her.
I got up to go to the bathroom.
She goes up to go pee. And I turned around and I said, oh, honey, you don't have the right equipment for her. He's like, what?
I come back and I'm like, oh, where's my
I'm like,
friend
she
that was
likes
talking
the
to me
snatch,
now?
pal. And he was like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, sorry. He's like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, you just don't have the right stuff. And he's like, okay. She comes back. She's like, Where'd the guy go? I said, I told him you were a lesbian. She got so mad at me.
Oh my God. Now everyone in here is going to think I am. Because once you say it once, it goes around the whole place.
And this is the bar that we go to every time I'm down there. So it's like we know everybody. Like, I can't even go within 10 feet of the karaoke guy at all.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about dick pics the other day.
That was beautiful.
All of a sudden, like, how'd that happen? Oh, not recently. This was years ago. Oh my
He
God.
loved when you sang.
Huh?
He loved when you sang at the Gong Show.
Yeah,
Because the other people sucked.
yeah.
Until you messed up and I had to gong you once.
My sister gonged me. And I called her out for it, too, in the middle of the song. I'm like, I just got gonged. I'm like, my own sister just fucking gonged me.
Because you forgot the words.
I did. I
They're on
totally
the
blanked.
screen.
But I never look at the screen. I totally blanked. And I'm like,
And she's looking at me and I'm like,
and I looked at the karaoke guy and go, my sister just motherfucking gonged me. He's like, what? I'm like,
the
fucking
Gong Show,
bitch
you know?
just gonged me. I'm like, seriously.
You were laughing your
I was
ass off.
laughing my ass off.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
she gonged me. I
That
can't
was fun.
believe I
That
was
was a fun
gonged.
time. We can't even do any of that fun shit anymore because of this stupid COVID. I just want to go out and have fun.
You can't.
I want to.
You can't.
I can't even be gay in a bar.
No.
I can't gong my sister, and I can't be gay in a bar.
No. But of course, you live in Massachusetts, so
Yes, and I just want to have fun. I want to go to the Gong Show, and I want to sit at a bar, and I want to have fun.
well, kids can't even go trick or treating this year.
That's really sucky.
I was telling him, I'm like, we should let kids sit out in their lawns, drive by and throw candy at them. Why not? Let kids
We have to
dress
drive
up.
by everything else.
Right. Drive by, throw candy at them. Let them stand outside of their house.
Dance around in their costumes.
Yeah.
Let them have fun.
I'm like, why not?
That's so stupid.
It is. It's absolutely incredibly stupid, and it bothers the crap out of me. It really
Even
does.
Batman can wear a mask. You know, put a mask on Batman.
For
He's-
Halloween, you're already wearing a mask.
Right.
So what's the difference?
Right.
Put a medical mask on top, and
He wanted to dress up as COVID-19 for Halloween.
you
Yeah,
do that.
so wear a hazmat suit.
Are you gonna have toilet paper and Corona in one hand?
It's gonna
And
say fuck COVID. Okay.
there you
Right.
go. That was.
And I was gonna,
COVID's like the sock
Oh.
on the back of the.
and I was gonna dress up as the plague. I'm gonna break out my Ren Fair gear, dress up as the Black Plague. He could be COVID, I'd be the Black Plague.
There you go.
Two of the great diseases to bring down everything. Stop the world. Stop the world. I want to get off.
Have you seen her karaoke?
Yes, no, we're not discussing that.
Oh, so you have.
Yeah, no, but I was drunk.
Oh, she's no good when she's drunk.
No.
She's only good when she's a little bit buzzed and she gets the crowd going.
I had a bad night. I got drunk, ended up throwing up. It was a bad night, so we're not going to discuss that. It was only like
Fair.
2 months together. Like,
Oh.
literally. 2 months together.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, you know, we all
Got it
do
over
stupid
with
things
early.
once in a while.
And he was a trooper. And that's all I say every time anybody, because my friends still ask
You
about
have
it.
to learn early.
They're like, how? He's still with you? I'm like, he's a fucking trooper.
When you learn early, it's not a big surprise 5 years down the road.
But he had to get me up the flight of stairs.
Oh, that's fun.
You know that flight of stairs?
That's stairs. Oh, yeah, those stairs.
Yeah, he had to get me up those stairs.
They're hideous.
Drunk. It was not
Well,
a fun night.
no.
No, we're not going to go any further. No.
First, I had to aim her toward the stairs. Because where the parking is behind
Yes.
there's another apartment. She's going towards the other apartment. Towards
Maybe there was a cute guy who lived there. You never know.
No, it was a wall.
There's the wall.
It's funny when people fall.
You fell?
No.
Oh.
No, she didn't
Bummer.
fall.
That's not even. We pretend that night does not
Okay,
exist
so,
anymore.
all right, let's
Well, you
move
do.
on.
Yeah, he knows it still exists. I just pretend it doesn't exist. It was a rough night. Rough night. But he was a trooper. And that's when I knew. I'm like, he must really fucking love me. Because.
He likes me a lot.
I mean, I give really fucking good head. It's one or the
I need to know
other.
that.
Remember going to Graham's down in Florida?
Always.
Like, we used to spend the first 2 weeks in July in Tampa
Because that was Mom's vacation.
every year. Because she had shut down at her work.
So he'd
And the
stuff us in
people that lived next door to my grandmother were snowbirds. So they would come up here. So we would stay in their trailer that was next to hers. Tree Frog. That's all I'm going to say. Do you remember Tree Frog?
Yes.
Oh, we were walking out of
Pretty damn funny.
we were
Almost as funny as falling.
walking out of one trailer to go to the other one. Tree Frog goes right on my mother's face. My mother's face.
Mom don't like critters. No critters. She hates critters. All
she
critters.
Had all kinds of. She's all
There
kinds
was
of
already
critters.
palmetto bugs in the trailer.
Yeah, cockroaches. they call. They're bigger than them. That's why they're palmetto bugs.
Well, that's what Grandma would call them.
Oh, yeah,
they're
palmetto
just
bugs.
they're just palmetto bugs.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
I'll show
fucking
you.
cockroaches.
They're in my suitcase. Okay, get them out.
They cockroaches.
Yeah, the tree frog. That was funny. She nearly
Yeah, but it left
Flipped.
suction marks on her face.
she nearly flipped out. Remember me walking over across the street to her sister's house, and they have those with the dog Sooty.
Sooty.
Yes, I mean we can't say names, so but it was Aunt.
Sooty's mom.
Yes. Remember the
Look at, we've lost 45.
I know, because where's he going? Anyway, you know that thing it goes from the grass to the road, that little
Yeah, when you
slant
fell?
thing? Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. But you know what used to piss me off down there? Is Graham's had that tricycle.
She teased us with that damn thing.
And she did. She teased us with a horrible.
Let it park
An
down her
adult
driveway.
tricycle.
Yeah, we just wanted to go around the block. We wanted to go
Just
to the
on the
playground. We wanted to go to the
cul-de-sac.
playground.
Yeah.
No, you girls can't ride that.
No, but our brothers could.
Oh, yeah.
The boys could ride it
The
all
boys
day
could do
long.
whatever they wanted.
Yeah, the boys got away with murder down there.
Yeah,
I think she liked them better.
I think so. She didn't like us.
Although I think Graham's up here liked us better.
I don't know. She had too many to like.
I don't know. Graham's loved me.
Oh, she
But I visited Graham a lot.
I did also, but grandmothers back then weren't the same as
No, they're not
grandmothers
like they
today.
are now.
But yeah, she didn't let us ride that bike. But
Oh.
to be honest, her husband would spend hours in the pool with us and play with us.
He taught us how to do handstands in the pool.
Yes, because when he did a handstand in the pool, he was like 19 feet tall.
Yeah, because he was like 6'5".
Yeah, so when he was in the shallow end, I don't even think his head was underwater when he was doing a handstand.
No. But do you remember Dad in the pool?
He was like a walrus with a mustache.
Walrus. Because he had that handlebar mustache that used to go.
He'd come up and it would float in the water.
I wanted to touch on some things that you don't want to touch on.
Oh, why do you have to embarrass me?
Why am I is it going to embarrass you to talk about the horse that's buried in the neighbor's yard?
No, that's not my...
Can you believe... I'll never forget the day looking out the window going, what are they doing?
Yes, I don't believe I was home for that, but I was
Mom and
told-
I were.
Yes, I was told that they...
Oh,
The horse that we used to watch out the window trotting around the...
Was-
corral?
yeah, it was no longer trotting.
No, we didn't see him trot for a long time.
No. And
And
then,
then we saw an excavator.
yeah. And Mom and I were looking out the window, and they didn't dig the hole deep enough. And they put that horse in that hole on his back.
Yeah,
So his
I
legs
think
were straight up in the air. And they didn't want to dig the hole any deeper, so what do you think they did?
Well, I know what they did, but you want to tell the people?
Do you know what they did?
No.
They sawed the legs off. They sawed the legs off.
That's so sad.
Threw him in the hole and buried the horse.
That poor loved
They
horse.
sawed the
now,
legs off.
he's a rocking horse.
Oh. I was so upset about that.
Yes.
Like, what are they doing? Ma.
That was one of many horse stories we had in our...
Well, we had a horse. Now, we lived in the city.
It's a city now, yes, but it
But
was...
still, it was like 40,000 people. It wasn't
It
small.
wasn't small, no.
No. And we lived on
a major route.
serious highway. Third
Yeah.
worst intersection in Massachusetts was
True.
right at us.
Yes.
And the statistically busiest Dunkin' Donuts in the entire country is
True.
right there.
True. I know that because they empty the dumpsters at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning.
No, seriously, you can Google it. It's the statistically busiest Dunkin'
It
Donuts
is,
in the
it
country. However, there was the girl that had a horse, and she used to ride English saddle. And she let us ride. Duchess was the horse's name.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
I
say
remember.
so.
And she'd let us ride, pay her 50 cents, and she'd let us ride. Do you remember this?
No.
Maybe you
I don't
didn't
ever
do
remember
it.
getting on that horse. It may have been you and Blondie.
Ray. No, I think it was me and Ray.
It wasn't you and Flavor Flav and Blondie.
It could have been me and Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been us.
Yeah.
So we would go there and pay her 50 cents, and she'd let us go around the corral twice and teach us how to post. You know, posting is what you do on an
Different
English
than a
saddle.
Western, yes.
Because I was used to riding Western.
Right.
So she was teaching us how to ride English. And that stupid horse got loose
All the time.
out of its barn.
He wasn't
All
stupid.
the
He was
time.
pretty damn smart if he could get out.
I know, what the hell? But we lived on a major highway.
It's like Mr. Ed.
He'd be out there jumping over cars.
Remember
The way the police station would come. The way
We were like, what? And remember, we were sitting in the house and it looked in our window?
yeah, right in our side window.
It like came up, all of a sudden there was a horse's head. I'm like,
What's going on? How you
And
doing?
then there comes 3 cops running down the street.
Yeah, and the more they ran after it, the more it ran.
It was probably laughing at them.
Going,
Try and catch
watch me.
Try and catch me.
Hold my beer.
He's got a coffee in one hand, a donut in his mouth, trying to chase the.
Maybe that's all he wanted.
No, seriously.
horse.
They would. I remember our brother chasing him. Our brother went jumping over the hedges next door. I was like,
Did he do a nice leap?
Dad,
Dad?
Dad did it. Dad, and I remember looking and going, holy shit, he cleared them. I was like, oh man. We got
He
Bruce
must have
Jenner
been-
over
he must have
here.
been mad.
Oh.
He was mad because he didn't like to move fast.
No. Tell him about Front Street.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me tell that? People are gonna think I'm nuts.
You are nuts because I don't believe it ever happened.
Yep. Why?
Because tell it. See if he thinks so.
Okay, so I'm babysitting. What was I? 15? 14?
15?
I wasn't old enough to drive. So,
No,
it was
so 15.
14 or 15. And I'm babysitting. There's 2 sweet little girls. Well,
Cute kids.
one was a little pain in the ass, didn't like to go to bed.
Yeah, but still,
So
they're
finally,
cute kids.
I got her to go to bed. And I went up with the older one, put her to bed. And it's a pretty creepy house, and I know from hanging out in that neighborhood that someone was murdered in that house. And I was in that house when it was boarded up. So I did see the blood on the walls. And I saw things. And I knew things. But I was okay. I was babysitting. I was a tough chick, right? I beat up your friends. I can babysit. What's gonna happen to me there? Nothing. Right? No. Wrong.
Right, wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong!
So I go up the stairs. Now I didn't venture too much into this people's house because
Should babysitting.
I-
So the kids' rooms and
yeah,
downstairs.
the 2 kids' bedrooms, the bathroom, and the kitchen, and the family room was all attached downstairs. I didn't go into the mother's bedroom. I didn't go. She had an office across the hall from her bedroom, which was. It was like around the staircase. So the staircase would come up, and then you would go around the staircase to get to the bedroom. So it was like almost like a loft area to
Yeah.
walk over. And there was an office in there, and I'd never even seen in there. To be honest with you, I don't know what was in there. I know I saw the mother's bedroom only one time, because she was asking me something when I was there. A lot of times I would babysit while she was trying to do work in her office, but she was in her bedroom. She called me up there. So I did see her bedroom. I never saw the office. I don't know, I wasn't nosy. I didn't want to look anywhere.
How'd you believe that your mom's daughter?
I didn't want to. I didn't know what I was going to see. I didn't know, what would be in there. So,
Right.
anyways, I put the little girl to bed, and her room was right near the staircase.
I was going to say,
Top
she
of
was
the
up at the
staircase.
top.
So up to the top of the staircase, and just a tad over to the right was her door. So I come out of her door, and I'm at the top of the stairs, and this huge wind comes through. It's like a cold wind and like a shadowy thing, like a white, not even white, like OPEG, and it like went through me, and it like took my breath away, and I'm like, I had to sit down on the top step because I was horrified, number one, and I was trying to catch my breath, and it went in the kid's room, and I'm like, oh, it went in there, whatever that was, went in there. I'm not going back in there.
So you left the kid to fend for herself?
She lived there. I figured she was used to it.
Great babysitter.
She lived there. She's been there. The kid's 4 years old. Hasn't hurt her yet. I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie here. So I'm like...
And she said she's not a princess.
So I went down the stairs. I went into the family room, and I crawled onto the recliner chair, and I scrambled up into a ball, and my friend lived across the street. So I'm like dialing up, can you come over here? What's the matter? Oh, something just fucking went through me and took my breath away. Oh, you're crazy. I'm like, get over here. I'm here alone. I know. I think I babysat there one other time after that. And I didn't have a ghost issue the second time, but I thought it was. So in the family room, everyone's asleep. It's quiet. I hear things out on the deck, right outside the sliding glass doors to the family room. I'm like, oh man, what is that? Oh, I'm petrified. I don't know what I'm going to see. So I'm like peeking out of the curtain. Oh God, it was 2 big ass raccoons on the deck. I'm like,
All I can think of is the great outdoors when anyone talks about raccoons.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I saw them. I sat back down and said, okay, they're outside. That's fine. The guy came home. He took me home. I'm like, all right, see ya. He paid me. I never answered his calls again. No, I'm not going back there. Nope,
Yeah.
it's not worth being petrified.
No. My house was haunted.
Yes.
Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, comment. If you want to send an email, badapplepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to hit us up on Instagram, it's @AppleTheBad. Hit us up on Facebook, it's BD Apple. I think I covered it without your help.
Donate to JDRF.
Donate to JDRF.
That's right. We need a cure.
You know who else has diabetes? Brett Michaels.
Yes.
So be cool like Brett Michaels and donate to JDRF.
True.
Have a good night.